Hi guys, I'm the Ember. Today we're going to be making a low poly torch. If you're a beginner, this is the right tutorial for you. So if you don't have Blender installed, I'm going to have a link in the description where you can go to this page. So once you're on the Blender page, we want to click download. And then you want to click download Blender 3.3. Now you just want to save it in a good spot. I already have it, so I'm not going to do this bit. And then after you've done that, we're just going to open up Blender. To move around, you hold down the middle mouse button. To zoom in, you use the scroll wheel. To move left and right, you hold shift middle mouse button. So we're going to press A, then X to delete everything. Shift A, we're going to add a cylinder. So over here on the gizmos, we're going to press the little X button. Then we're going to do R90 to rotate it 90 degrees. And then we're going to press tab to go to edit mode. At the moment we're on vertex select mode, so we select a single vertex. We want to do face select. Press 3 and then you're on face select mode. Select this face, go to side view again, and then press G, Y, 4. Okay, that looks pretty good. You can press period on your numpad to view this. Or if you don't have a numpad, under the escape key, there's a button called the tilde. Hold that down and then put your mouse over view selected, let go, and you'll view the selected object. ES to extrude and then scale. E to extrude it, and then E again to extrude it, but this time pretty far. S to scale. If you're not happy with that, you can press Y and move it backwards. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to press I to inset, about that much, I again, and do a tiny little inset. Now we're going to do GY to move it in. Just I to inset, like that, again, but this time a tiny bit. GY, move it out. So we can zoom in close to this here. And then we're going to do Control B to bevel. And bevel it so you can't really see the tip. Perfect. Okay, now we just want to bevel the edges. So if you press 2 to go to edge select instead of face select, press 2. And then hold down Alt on the outside circle. And hold down Shift Alt for the inside circle. Command B and scroll on your scroll wheel once, like that. Looks pretty good. Okay, now over here we're going to hold down Alt on the back to select the loop, Control B, and we're going to bevel that. Cool. Now the front is done. Now we need to do the back. Select the back, so go 3 for face select, and then you can select the back and press the period key to zoom into it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do ES to scale that out a bit, and then E, about that much, and then I, there we go, I again, do a tiny inset, GY, and move that in. Okay, now if we go back to edge select by pressing 2, hold down Alt, select that loop, Control B, and we're just gonna bevel that a bit. Good. Now hold down Alt and select the other side's loop, Control B again, and bevel that. Okay, so now we need to make the button, because you need to be able to turn the torch on. Command R to add a loop cut and move it up to about this line just here. Command R again, and then we're just going to click once and click again. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to press 3 for edge select, and I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. I to inset, I to inset again, GY, GZ actually. Move that down. I to insert like that, and then E to extrude that out. Now we just want to select this outside edge and bevel it. So press 2, and then we just go around and hold down Shift to select these outside edges. Control B to bevel. And that's the button. So now we need to add some color to our torch. So what we're going to do is we're first going to save this. So we're going to do save as. Just going to save mine to the desktop. And then you can name it down here. I'm going to call it torch. Save that. Okay, now we're going to go up to the top. When you see that little plus icon, you're going to click, drag, and move it across to make it another window. Then you're going to press T to get rid of them. And you can press this button and that button to get rid of the overlays, so then it's just floating. Then we're going to go to the rendered view, which is this fourth ball up here. So click rendered view. Might take a little while. So this is what it's going to look like when it's finished and when we render it out. So we want to change, if you go to the little camera icon up the top, change it to cycles. There we go. But it's pretty dark, so we need to add a light. Shift A, go down to the light, press sun, G, Z, move it up a bit. So now we have some light in our torch. Okay, now we need to add some color to the torch. So go to the torch, go to the little ball down here, press new for a new material, and we're going to call this black. Black. And of course we're going to change the color to black. Okay. Up here, we're going to change it to the second last ball, so we can see what it's doing too. Okay, so at the moment, the light inside the torch isn't really shining. We need to make it so it will shine. Go to edit mode by pressing tab, zoom into the light bulb, press 3, so you want face select, hold down Alt, and select the loop. Okay, now that's selected, we're going to make a new material by pressing add new material, the plus icon. Press new, and we're going to change this principled BSDF to emission. We're going to change the value to 15. We're going to change the color to a bluish color, and then we're going to assign. So there we go. Now you can see that it's shining. We can make that a bit brighter if you want to. So you can make it 20. Up to you. Now we need a new material called white. So name it white. Then we're going to select this inside rim by holding Alt. And then select this one. Shift Alt. There we go. And then assign the white material. There we go. Tab to go out of edit mode. Last thing we need to do is add a red material to the button. So press new material, add new material, call it red. There we go. We're going to make that a red color. Now we're going to go to edit mode and select all of these bits. So shift, and we can just select these by holding down shift. You can also hold down shift, click and drag to box select, and then you can select bigger areas at a time. So shift, click and drag, shift, click and drag, and shift, click and drag. You get the idea, okay? So nearly done. There we go. So now we're going to assign that red material. That's basically it. But now we need to render it as an image. Make that a little bit darker. Okay. Go out of edit mode by pressing tab. Make sure to save. And now we're going to just get a nice view. So about that looks good. And then we're going to add a camera. So Shift A, camera. Then we're going to do up here, view, cameras, set active object as camera. Okay. Press 0 on your numpad to go in and out of the camera. Okay, so over here in the viewport, we're going to press view, align active camera to view. So there we go, the active camera now is aligned to view. We can press Z on the gizmo up here and press G to move. And then line this up how you like it. Z to move it up and down. G to move it a bit closer. And that looks great. Now we need to choose where we want to save it. So make sure up in the printer icon it's set to PNG, and then we want to choose where we want to save it to. So we're gonna click the little folder icon and we're gonna save it to wherever you want. Accept, save it to my desktop. And now what we're gonna do is we're going to go up here to render and render image. So it might take a little while to render, and I'll be back with you when it's finished. Okay, it's finished. Now to save it, we're going to go up to image, save as, then we can name it whatever you want. I'll just call it torch, save it to my desktop, save image as, and that's the finished torch. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you in the next one.